Alright, solo gathering in the Black Zone, Gallant Horse lifestyle. Gallant Horse for the reasons mentioned in the last run again. Except that this time I'm not going to take the cheap resources anymore. It did not feel like it was worth it. I was traveling enough, I probably would have found a little bit more high value stuff. I'm only going to take 7.1 stuff, 6.2 stuff now. I'm actually going to quickly check how valuable tier 6 hide is. Hide 2.5, that's not enough, I think. What is a Sunflex? Sunflex. Also not worth it. Let me check tier 7 hide. Thick hide. That's worth it. Okay, so I'm going to take tier 7 hide. And nothing else. Tier 7 hide and 6.2 resources, 7.1 resources, tier 8 resources. I do want a little bit more pork pie though. I do want a little bit more. Is that enough? Pork pie is so insanely cheap. Let's just take a 4th one. Because that's not going to hurt me in any way. Don't. Invisibility. Because I'm really not going to gather anything in the first 2 maps. Unless I find 6.2 or 6.3. I would also take 4.3 and 5.3 though. 4.3 already has a pretty high value. Now I'm really interested in seeing how much of that high value stuff I can find. But I had one such a run already. And I didn't make too bad of money. But I also found some like 8.1 or 8.2 item in a random chest that I randomly got. So the money of that run was a little bit elevated by that random occurrence. The cotton picker was killed by Mr. Xavi though. Need to keep that in mind. Not really, because I'm going really deep and I'm not going to find these people again. And I'm not going to gather in this map. So I really don't need to care about Mr. Xavi and his dark plans here, killing poor people. There's a big stack in the east, but it's a bad position and it is most likely not 6.2 or 6.3. I don't really want to waste my time going there just to find out that it's 6.1, which it is in the most cases. The last map that's probably not doing anything for me at all, while the next maps then can actually be good. I may actually find some 7.1 and 6.2 stuff. I could in theory also find some 6.2 here, but it is kinda unlikely. There's a person. I have been seen. And this guy wasn't using gathering gear as far as I could tell. But I'm not 100% sure. Maybe he was. Maybe he was using skinning gear. Which is possible. The Spectral Diaball is also only good if you find some tier 6 resources. And the last couple of months I have been finding so little of that. Or maybe also valuable tier 5 resources. But I simply didn't. The prices also dropped for tier 5 and tier 6 resources, so really not the way to go anymore, it seems like. Also, it's just way easier to survive with the Gallant Horse. Also, the ability has less cooldown, which is really important. Really handy for surviving. And of course, it's just straight up better. Because I can simply run through quite a lot of people and nothing will happen if I'm close to an exit. 2 big stacks. That is something I would like to see. 4 out of 5. I almost want to wait until I have my pork pie ready, considering how valuable these resources are that I'm gathering now. There is a lot of stuff up in this map. This may mean that this map is really dangerous right now. Well, not so much here anymore. Maybe it was just some luck at the entrance there. A lot of tier 7 stuff and 6.1. This is... here the Spectral Diabol would be good. Getting all... tons of tier 7 stuff. In this case it would be good. But it happens so rarely that I find so much. Also a lot of 6.1 ore. Oh. 7.1 basalt. That's what I want. The other stack is also very safe. This one here not so much. It is enchanted, yes. But it is already taken. I'm going to take the last piece. The other stack is so safe. If there are gankers, then that's how it is. A lot of tier 7 resources up in this map. Very interesting. Very interesting. I haven't seen any person yet. But I was not walking over very popular roads either. Also like seeing tons of tier 6 stuff, which I would also take with the Spectral Diabol. Very interesting. I mean, if I find tons of stuff up like this, then I may just use the Spectral Diabol again. 30 out of 30, yes. This is going to be some great money. And I'm really safe, I'm so close to the exit. And I also have a roads portal. So the only really dangerous thing now would be a gank with invisibility. Clearing the northeastern stack now would make people think that I am here. To be honest, if there are people. Which is quite possible. But if nobody comes to this stack, I may just want to ride to the chest. If nobody's in this map, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. Usually worth it. It's a lot. It's a very long way. It's a very long way, but this map was kind of full with resources. So I may just find some stuff on the way, so the way is not completely wasted. 2 minutes. 400 learn points, so I can actually keep my tier 6 resources on auto learn. Well, This map seems to be extremely inactive right now. Nobody here. I haven't seen a single person yet. I don't remember the first map that I went through, but also the second map I was. I only saw in the chat that somebody was killed. 1 minute 30. The chest is very far away. How long do I need to run there? I would guess a minute. Roundabout. I'm going to finish the stack. No matter what. Because it's very possible that I will not get the chest. It is very possible. 200k. Well, I need a lot more of that good stuff. And also my carry weight. My carry weight is hurting. 6.2, 2 pieces. I'll take it. Since it's, as I said, not guaranteed that I will get this chest. I'm not going to engage in a fight with somebody just to get it. Does not make sense. 30 seconds. It seems like I'm really fast. Let's go through this place here. Just to see if there are any other valuable resources. 18 seconds. Let's come from the south. Vision advantage. And also I got the time. 5 seconds. There's a Jamaica person. Well, not going to fight this guy. He cannot kill me, but he can interrupt me from looting the chest. And he may be in a group even though he's using an undead cape, which kinda signalizes that he isn't. But there are a lot of bad players who use undead capes in big groups. In bigger groups, a dismounted person, a pure gatherer. So much tier 7 stuff. Well, if this gatherer is done, then this map will be pretty empty, I would say. But I guess I happened to stumble into this map before he started his run. Time to go deep. I need to find, I rely on really finding some really good stuff. Which does not feel too right as a gatherer. But I mean, I will travel very far. I will go through a lot of maps. And as already seen, I kinda get a stack here and there. And usually I don't die when gathering stacks. And some of these stacks are tier 8 stuff, which is very valuable. Getting like 500 to 100k, 500 to 1000k loot from these tier 8 stacks, depending on if they are 8.0 or 8.1. And in those cases, it's pretty worth it. But I wonder how many of these I'm getting. Maybe 40%, 30% of... when thinking about how many of them I am finding and how many of them I can actually get. Tier 7 height is something I would take. So I'm actually going to keep my invisibility on the whole time until I see some height that I actually want to gather. Because let's be honest, I have not found too much height. I have not found too much of that in the past. This is not gatherable, I believe. There's a person, that's not nice. I don't think I can gather this. Can I? I'll take a look at it. It's possible, in theory. But it looks bad. I think it's too close to the mobs. Whoops. Whoops. Really not necessary to take a hit. Oh, a new stack spawned. There's tier 7 fiber, which is not worth it. It's possible to gather this. But now there's a big stack. Oh man. Now there's a big stack in the north. It's in a terrible position. If there are gankers, then I would have a really hard time. But there's a big stack in the north. Even though it's very fortunate that I'm able to gather this, it's kinda unfortunate that this timing. I would have preferred the big stack in the north to spawn after I'm done with this. Do I want to leave one piece on this? Probably not. The advantage would be not to signalize gankers that I'm here. The advantage would be some gatherers checking this out and not contesting me in the north. But the problem is that there is no guarantee that I will be the first guy reaching the big stack up in the north. There's one interesting question. I could leave through this exit here. But do I really want to do that? I would need to use my boots for that while using my mount. In other words, I would need to use my mount's ability. And I would have 45 seconds cooldown. I will only need like 15 seconds to run there this short distance. Maybe 20, maybe 25. If I go the long way. I will need to wait. I will need to wait. But that's worth it, right? I'm saving so much time and then I just need to wait a couple more seconds. I'm there earlier. It's worth it. It's worth it, I think. To run through these mobs of insanity with my horse ability. There's a dismounted player. Dismounted person from Arch. So, well, this sounds like I have to get out of here. Is he going to try to gank me with invisibility now or something? Well, no matter what this guy will be doing there, I don't really want to deal with it. Even if it's just some one with these weak items trying to push people into mobs and stuff like that, I really don't want to deal with it. I could come back though. There's a person, it's a gatherer. It's a big fucker, man. He's in a group. How much money did I get? 140k. When the gatherer leaves this, it's not a good sign. Oh, it's 8.1. I do have my cooldowns back. Why did he leave this? Maybe he is only tier 7 and cannot gather 8.1. But maybe he will gank me with invisibility now. So I'm going to keep my finger on my block. Because I want to block some initial burst damage in case of somebody ganking me with invisibility and playing some burst build. If it's slow burst, then I'm going to use my invisibility. Like some cursed staff or something. There's really no way to die to a solo gank with these items. I just got way too many defenses. And people will not be able to purge me unless they have a lot of jumps and use their purge after my W ran out. But I should kind of try to play around that with my jump and my invisibility to have a little bit of space between me and the ganker before I use my spells, before I use my movement speeds. Well, 8.1 is definitely better than 8.0. I haven't seen a single ganker yet. Do I want to come back to the big stack in the elite mob area? A lot of time is passing now, so I probably want to come back. For that. This map seems to be kind of inactive. Still wondering why the big fucker man did not take this. But it really seems like the best explanation for that is that he either didn't have the gathering tool with him or he is not able to gather 8.1. Which would be quite unlucky for him. Because I don't know if I would have actually stood next to him and would have gathered with him. I maybe would have tried. No, I would not, because he was in a group. I actually wouldn't have gathered it. And like that, I'm going to get here, if I will be able to gather everything of this, more than 500,000. Which is pretty good profit. Dangerous position here, though. Really not a nice position. And once again, I'm not going to leave a piece on this, because there's no guarantee that I will be able to gather the other big stack. Also, I haven't seen any ganking group yet. Also, ganking solo players would be annoying, but they would probably give up after 1 or 2 tries. Unless they are also able to gather this stuff. And a lot of solo gankers are able to gather stuff. 55% carry weight already. Looks like I may not need my... Boom, the combo. Oh, that's a lot of players. Oh, this is pretty bad. It's fine. No, it's not. It's not. Ooh. Oh, no. What? Seriously? That is really mean. What? The bleed was enough. The bleed was enough. I used my invisibility too late. I have to use my invisibility while I still have my mining boots running. So I can get a lot of distance. I mean, it was a very bad position, obviously, which was a very big advantage for them. There was sadly no possibility of me mounting up without using my boots. There was a way to just go completely into the north. Like if I used my boots and then used my invisibility potion and then rush into the north, mount up and teleport out. Would I have done that? Would I have had this idea? I don't know. It was really unfortunate that it was enough to kill my mount. Damn. Damn. Invisibility gang plus a rather... Well, I don't know how big the group was, but it was a very ready group, definitely. It feels like this was kind of unfortunate. I'm not sure. I had been seen by people. The purge was really annoying. With the invisibility potion I was doing pretty well. Is this stuff really this expensive? Is my gear that expensive? 2.6 million. 2.7. How is that even possible that it's that expensive? Because I cannot really believe that I'm that expensive. Costing more, costing more. Is that the truth? It is the truth. I guess I'm that expensive. I don't need to buy this though. I don't need to buy that. 6.2 compared to 6.3. 408k. Back. Am I playing risky? I am pretty much playing risky. Because I'm gathering big stacks. And that's basically the only way I can die. Invisibility gangs from groups, as just seen. So I guess I'll go with the 6.2 bag. The rest of the gear, well, I'm going to go for higher qualities on these items for the tankiness. I don't need this, I don't need that. The rest is fine. Pork pie, I don't need this many invisibility potions, and I also still got some. Am I going to use better quality on the carving sword? Not really. Doesn't do anything for me. What about my skinning gear? Why did it not? I said I was using. I was going to buy some higher quality stuff. Skinner garb. Quality. 10k for excellent. What's the difference? CC resistance is interesting. Armor and magical resistance is interesting. 182. 180 now. That's worth it, I think. Skinner cap. Not worth it. I'll go with outstanding. Do I have everything? I do need books. Heal's unfortunate. Heal's unfortunate, I would say. 4 are definitely enough. Do I want to take just 3? Because I cannot gather too much stuff. I don't have that much carry weight. So I'm just going to take 3, I think. I used my invisibility potion too late. When considering that there will be other gankers who also will try to purge me. Because with the invisibility, while having this insane movement speed, I can really get far away and really cause a lot of confusion. Cropper. 3 should be enough. What's it called? Lumberjack. And Stonecutter? Yes. Oh god. Why is this stuff so cheap? Is 1 enough? In most cases. As I have said, I don't have that much carry weight. Bank 2. What did I want? I wanted more invisibility potions. Where are they? Stack sword. Huh? I didn't take all of my invisibility potions, did I? Death? No. I did split them up. So where the hell are my invisibility potions? I don't know. I cannot see them. Do I have them somewhere else? That wouldn't make sense. So I guess I'll have to buy some. Oh. I also saw the guy from the south somewhat late. Like 1 second later than I should have seen him. I don't know where I was looking. Maybe I was already so happy that I was basically out, kind of. Like away from the one guy. And so I was not concentrated enough, maybe? Invisibility ganks. Big stacks are very valuable, but basically the only way I can die right now with this gear. The thing is, usually it's not possible to find enough stuff without taking the big stacks, I think. Right? Like if I was running around ignoring all the big stacks, which I could do, which would decrease my death rate by a lot. Would I find enough stuff? I mean, there was a time without big stacks. And I was having 2 million per hour. I mean, big stacks are the target for everyone. Everyone is going there, except like ZVZ and stuff. ZVZ groups. Albions and a circle. At the wet noodle boy hideout. Don't feel like I can stop gathering the big stacks. The thing is, like, 99% of my death happen because of these big stacks. When solo gathering. But very often I survive. But I do have to survive a lot for it to be worth it. Look at my gear, it's worth 2 million, 2.2 million. I don't know why the stuff in the shop was being so expensive. I was wondering about the price. Because I should not be worth 2.7 million. 2 minutes until the chest spawns. I think I have to go for the big stacks and just observe how often I die to ganks. There's a person, so I'm going to take one piece, I'm going to eat once, and then I'm going to run. 30 out of 30. No, that's such a bad way. I wanted to look at the chest. Now I'm going to go back to the stack. There's a hideout. There's a person here. Doesn't look like it, so I'm going to continue gathering it, I would say. People can come from every side now here. And again. But that's a different person. Why was he dismounted? It's really not that good to gather here when being seen. But it's also very weird behavior. But even if this guy was not in a group or was not very dangerous, if he ganked me with invisibility, I run away and run into some group, it would still be very annoying. 46 seconds on the small chest. Do I want to go for it? No, not really. I have seen multiple people already in this map. I'll just take as much stuff from this big stack and then continue my run. There's a person. It's a wolf. I was not able to click on him. But this armor is not common for ganking groups. This is small scale or ZVZ. 4 seconds until the chest opens, so I'll just go to the chest. They are not scared of me dismounting. So, goodbye. There would have been the chance. But they were also 2 people, but they didn't have a guild, it seemed like. So it's possible that those were just guys using very low tier gear. Also would have been possible for them to be somewhat new. Which would also Oh, there my shield block would have been better. Since I have cooldowns, I'll go into the roads, even though it's very, very likely that these guys are just 2 people. Do I want to go into the roads? It's so unlikely that they are more than 2 people. I have 90 seconds cooldown. With these 90 seconds cooldown, I definitely cannot gather the big stack, but if they had a high IP, I would have died there, because I didn't use my shield block. I most likely should have just used my shield block in that case. When I was inspecting him, did he still have another invisibility potion? I don't know. 45 seconds. Let's try again and use shield block this time. Invisibility gangs over invisibility gangs. That's one of these guys who ganked me, I think. I have 15 seconds cooldown on my boots. How long is that cooldown? 2 minutes. It's exactly as long as the cooldown for invisibility potions. Okay, second try, guys. This time I'm going to use my shield block instead. Also, if they had something else than the Spirit Hunter, that's really bad for this plan. They could show up any moment. Or did they give up? Or do they not have any invisibility potions anymore? Also possible. I would guess that invisibility potions are pretty popular now. And damn, what is this? Thank you? What is this? I'll take it. If there are so many gankers though, I may find more resources. Which I kinda am right now, like the stuff that I'm finding, tier 7, a lot of 6.1 stuff, a lot of tier 6 stuff. Like the spectral diabor becomes worse the deeper I go. In a way. But it's also pretty rough in some of these maps here. Gallant Horse is so much safer. And so much easier. And has less cooldown. Invisibility gangs though. What's the optimal way to use my abilities in case of such an non-burst invisibility gank? Basically jump into invisibility. No, I need to use my invisibility first. Well, the thing is, the combination of invisibility potion into invisibility armor is also really good, because you will not be seen when using invisibility potion first and then using the invisibility armor. Because it has no cast time, so you will be completely invisible the whole time. Which is a really strong combo. But I think I need... That's a very strong tier 3 mob. Definitely not going to do that one. It's definitely against so many people, and also they didn't waste their jumps. Like the way these guys ganked in the map that I'm going into now was good. These guys were not bad players. At least the one who went for me first. This guy definitely wasn't a bad player. He didn't waste any of his spells in the beginning, which was kinda sad, but it didn't really matter too much. It also was really good for the second guy who did influence me to rush towards me, to use all his mobility only to get the perch onto me. That was also well played. Most ganking groups will not be this good. So this death should not mean too much when thinking about, is it even worth it to go for the big stacks? Because it probably still is, because most of the times I'm not dying because of that. And with the Gallant Horse, I basically should not die in any other situation either. Like, really unlucky stuff would need to happen for me to die. Not getting ganked with invisibility at a big stack. Which are a lot of ifs, which often do not happen this way. But maybe the gankers are adapting now. It is possible. Because it's just really, really much better to gank stacks with invisibility. There is absolutely no question about that. Like these guys there would have had no chance unless they are like 20 people to catch me if they don't gank me with invisibility. If I mount up, then they really have bad chances. But it was also so sad that the bleeding was enough to dismount me. I mean, I don't know how high their IP was. Maybe they were using high IP stuff. No, not really. Just ordinary stuff. Decently leveled. I mean, I don't see the bear paw players. Tier 8, big stack. What could go wrong? No escape to the southwest. What could go wrong? Let's go for that. Well, I basically have to test it. This is a guy. He's alone. He's not dangerous. Does he have gathering fame? He has 4.75 million, so we will also be able to gather this stuff. That's really annoying. Maybe I should already turn around, to be honest. He dismounted. Why did he dismount? Because he dismounted, I'm going a different way. A slightly different way. Because when people dismount behind you, that may be a sign for people being dismounted in front of you. Which is really not what you want. This guy is like 100% trying to gank me with invisibility. Oh, only one piece left. He may still gank me. He may be the one who left the stuff here. Okay, otherwise this map looks rather empty. So I guess it's time to continue. Time to go deep. Doom, 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 doom. Any other resources, please? I also didn't see any more good resources in the map that at the start actually was somewhat full. But, well, the stuff I'm looking for is very specific. there will simply not be that much 7.1 stuff lying around, or 6.2 stuff. I probably depend on traveling a lot when only going for this high value stuff. And I probably pretty much depend on big stacks, I would say. Which is still the most dangerous thing to do as a solo gatherer. Ah, kind of annoying. But it really doesn't feel like I could get any money while just gathering all the normal stuff without going for the stacks. And basically there's nothing I can do to be more prepared for invisibility gangs. Basically nothing possible to do that's not completely insane and extremely inefficient. So I have to observe the situation, how often I die when gathering big stacks. Because as I have already said, I should not die in other ways. With the gallant horse and the carving sword mining wood combo. Even though that combo does not really matter too much when getting dismounted. After getting dismounted, in 90% of the cases you are dead. Doesn't matter what spells you have. In like 90% of the cases. That's not enchanted. Likewise, this is garbage. I do not find hide. So do I even want to use hide armor? The other stack has been taken, so that one was probably enchanted. Somebody died. There's somebody dismounted. I could use different gathering gear. But what is the resource that I'm finding the most? Is it stone? Is the stuff that I'm finding most of the time 7.1 stone? That may be the case. What are the biomes of all the maps that I'm going through? Questions over questions. I think the biomes are extremely mixed. So I would probably not need to decide based on that. Another big wood stack. Let's see. Enchanted or not is the question. It is not enchanted. This is not too terrible though. But I really didn't get anything yet. The big question if this will be valuable enough. Big tier 8 stack. All these big stacks are so insanely contested. Maybe soon the days of gathering are over. At least the days of solo gathering for me. Dismounted players running into my direction, I feel like. There are 2 blue roads portals, which is really good. Paura. Pretty big guild. A lot of annoying mobs. Paura. He's in a party. He's using poison potions. If there was a ganking, a big ganking group that lets me invite them, then I probably should just kick everyone one by one, so they have to invite each other again. It's really not a good idea to gather here. It's a different guild that is gathering the... He mounted up. Wolf player. Well, this guy is 100% together with these guys. Like 100,000%. Does not matter that they have different guilds. Time to go back. Like solo gathering is probably still very good when having a hideout in the black zone. But like this, I mean, I can also still switch towns and just try out different black zones. Let's be honest here. But the thing is, there are not so many options for different routes in a way. Well, there could be maps that are closer to town which are fuller, which have more stuff than the maps that are close to the Martlock stuff. Maybe all the stuff is now empty because I'm gathering here the whole time and some people are copying it. Also possible. Possibilities over possibilities. Tier 7 is not good enough. Is not good enough. I want to go to the southeast, yes. Because I'm not even going to switch to poison. Like this guy dies so fast. Do I want to use my E? I actually save my E. But the days may be over for pure solo gathering. I will have to look at it. But I'm going to keep that in mind. Because it may be better to just go with some PvE gear. Take all these valuable mobs, like all these tier 2 mobs, tier 3 mobs. They already give like 50k silver, 20k silver. And usually drop a book as well. Additional plus 20k loot. And give tons of fame. It may just be better to go with some very escape focused PvE gear. And have the tier 8 gathering tools with me. That may be the way to go. That's a gatherer. That's a fisher. That may be the way to go. It's only 6.1. Too bad. Too bad. Any resources in here? Wait, what? The mobs are cleared? There was a group clearing these mobs? Holy schmoly. There's a book. I'll take that. All the resources are taken as well though. Looks like you don't have to be that strong to do this, huh? But probably... Well, maybe... Yeah, it's a big group. It's a bigger group than what I've seen there. Okay. I could attack that thing. Is that worth it? Is that worth it? Is this thing better than the other things? Because it is in this elite area here? Oh no, what are you doing here? Are you scared of me? I'm a fucking gatherer. Look at these guys. They all have oxes. But they can't kill me. There are so many. They are so many. Now, are you done with your funny stuff? No, it did reset. No. I mean these guys, you know, they are all using some weird oxes. So I really don't feel like they are going to try to gank me. Okay, the silver is terrible, the loot is terrible, so this thing is not better only because it is in here. And it looked like these guys even had gatherers with them. The good old Ox players. There's a treasure. Will this give more silver? No, it will give less than such a doom chest. But these doom chests are insanely bad. I don't know why they are so insanely bad. What was SBI thinking? The treasures, you can at least one-shot them with a Q spell or something. Still looking for good stuff. Have only gotten some 7.1 stones so far. Nothing else yet. A dismounted person. My next map is tier 7. Let's see. There's a big stack, but only if it's enchanted it's going to be worth it. But maybe I should take it anyways, because I'm simply not finding anything. And having something is still better than nothing. A lot of dead bodies. Probably should not take it if it's not enchanted. And just look for better stuff. Because I'm already really deep. I can find good stuff. It is enchanted. 25 out of 30. The position is pretty bad. I have to go over this bridge. Or just go to the south with invisibility and teleport home. Kinda. Pretty bad position. A group would be really annoying. If they gank with invisibility. Otherwise, doesn't matter too much. Do I have to move already? The gatherer, is he in a group? He's not in a group. But I mean, I have seen a million power up people. Stats, 150 million fame. PvP fame, of course. Do you do YouTube? I do YouTube somewhere. Sometimes. Somehow. But you know, when gathering big stacks, can't really talk too much. Because that 1 or 2 seconds delay that you will have because of that can kill you when getting ganked by invisibility. I want to go to the northeast. I guess I cannot expect any resources here if this guy just comes with his gathering gear. 200k from that. If I find loot, it's good. But I'm not finding much so far. I mean, that's not that true, to be honest. I was finding quite a bit of stuff before I died. I already had like 1 million loot. Most likely a little bit more even. Most likely a little bit more. And I didn't spend too much time yet. Surviving there would have been so insanely good. For my profit per time. Another power guy. And these guys also live in the tier 8 map, I think. That I'm going into. A big stack. There's a roads portal. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now the only question is if there is anybody who wants to take this stack. I don't even need to take a free charge from that. It's a blue portal. A blue portal, the best portal. I mean, golden portals are totally fine as well. There's no problem with golden portals. In like 99% of the cases. Because in 1% of the cases, they will just put tons of... Ah, that's a weak tier 2 mob. I may go for the kill on that. I probably will. That's worth it. A tier 8 tier 2 mob. Level 8 tier 2 mob. There is somebody gathering, no. Oh no, and he's in a group, who would have guessed. Goodbye. 8.1 would have been pretty good. Well, time to farm a mob. A gatherer. Masterpiece double-bladed staff. I don't know if that's worth it. For like 20, 30 HP more. I don't know. It may be. It may be. Energy problems, yes. Do I want other spells? No. Bam. Oh, I did not hit that mob. Want to kill the melee mob first. Oh wait, I probably should be using my AoE damage to kill these spawns, actually. And now somebody is seeing me doing PvE. Well. Hi, he says, I say goodbye. Well. Changed all my spells. Big fan. Thank you. So there is nothing else in this map for me to do. I'm not sure if one person went invisible there. Looked weird. And it's very unlikely that they have a so much faster mount than me. I have 125% gallop speed. Bonus gallop movement speed. So it was very weird seeing this one guy disappear so quickly. And I also couldn't see if he was mounted up or not, because there was another guy having his name over that name. But it seems like there was nothing going on. 8.1 marble would have been pretty good. A dismounted player doing PvE. I'm going to go through the south. I'm really not that scared. Was just some nature stuff dude doing PvE. Another dude doing PvE. From Paura. This mob is really rough though. I could go for the kill. Do I want to go for the kill? How long do I have cooldown to... Let's try to go for the kill. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Oh god, where was the mob? It's a really hard mob, so I really could get the kill. I don't know how worth this guy was. Where was it? Where was it? It's not going to take him forever to kill it. Where was the mob? Is he already done? I came from the south. Well, it's possible that it took me way too long. But this thing is really tanky, even though it was on tier 2. Well, I guess I missed that. I guess I should not have taken the hit from the mob. Which was really annoying. I had to wait forever. Could have gotten the kill on that guy. Possibly, depending on how high his gear was. The tier 2 mob is pretty strong. I probably would have been able to kill them. It looked like a normal arcane staff, so he may be able to purge my wanderlust. So possibly the sprint would have been better. Who knows? Who knows? I would have liked to try. Any other spells I need to change? Probably not. Nope. Time to get deeper. Even deeper. Trying to find anything. Well, I'm very picky this run, so it's obviously also pretty difficult. There are multiple people. Okay, so I do not want to go with them. Where at least 3 people. Are they chasing? I'm not able to see. Oh, okay, it is 6 guard. There was the option to turn around. But I really don't want to turn around. Really, really heavily looks like they are chasing. But they really should not do so. That's basalt. I'll try to go as far into the corner as possible. Finally something that gives me money again. Can I pull it even further? They have pretty long aggro range, so... Money! Finally, again! I'm already at 64% carry weight and I don't have anything in my inventory? Well, I have the sun flags. I got the sun flags. Oh, okay, and my pork pie ran out. I see, I see. Was already pretty worried. I mean, it's always possible to find such stuff as well. I'm traveling through a lot of maps. I do see a lot of places. I want to go to the southwest, if I remember correctly. Yep. Because there's simply no other way to continue going deep into the high tier maps. Which are somewhat dangerous, but also should be way more valuable. I have tried all the edge maps, basically. Especially Fort Sterling, Martlock and Limhurst. And there were no resources. They were just so empty. Because there weren't too many big guilds, so all the gatherers that have a hideout were able to clean the maps the whole time. Which may mean that ganking there could be good, but gathering, solo gathering definitely isn't. I will do this kind of run like 2, 3 or 4 more times and see how much resources I can get. How high the profit per time is. And if it is going to stay this bad, then I will simply start taking PvE gear with me and just kill. I don't... Do I want to kill all the mobs in that case then? Or do I only want to kill the valuable mobs? Good question. Important question. Please be enchanted. And it is not enchanted. So it's time to go deeper. A person. That's not enchanted either. I mean, if this guy wasn't using like the cheapest gear on the planet, I would have thought about his mission a little bit more, but do I want to look into this map? I have seen a few things, but not too many. I guess I'm not going to look into this map. It's only tier 7. Let's get out of here. Another tier 7 tree. The frost mage is also rather weak. I'll stick with my AoE Q though. Oh, I should have. No, I wanted him to cast into the frost mages that are actually doing damage to me. So maybe I need to reset that. I don't think so though. Oh, I'm taking a lot of damage and there's a person. But this guy mounted up. Oh, I already resetted it. Well, it's safer. Why did this guy mount up? I had 0 HP. Why is this guy mounting up? What is wrong with these people? And there's a tier 3 mob. Again, an easy tier 3 mob. I want that. Really want that. That's how not to use the combo. I do want... I don't have an energy passive. Do I have anything useful? I could switch to this. Yeah, invisibility should be enough. I have to kill this mob first. Which is annoying. Oh, I got hit by that. I'll reset this. I will reset this. Do I want to kill the tier 2 mob first? Not really. The tier 3 mob is so much better. So much better. Exactly, I want you to kill your own mobs. But I can kill them as well, I guess. I wasn't able to lure him into that. But okay, it looks like he's killing them themselves anyway. Himself anyways. Oh, I need to run out of that. I got hit. That's so annoying. PvE. With the fucking carving sword. I need to dodge. I don't have a lot of energy left. Kinda need to pay attention to that because kinda still want to use my... Oh, I may have seen a name there, that's annoying. Kinda need to use my visibility to reset. 2 books and a torch? Yep, 2 books and a torch. Tier 3 mob. And I also got some silver, like 61k silver from that. It's a lot. Eats a lot. Oh, I'm playing the AoE queue. Why am I playing the AoE queue? And why do I have no energy left anymore? I'm going to use my boots just for some life regeneration. This one is so much easier. I didn't have any energy. 12k silver only, a lot of fame. And sadly no book, which is kind of unlucky. Very often they do drop books. Do I need to switch anything? I need to switch to Iron Will. And I found so many mobs this run. So many. Tier 7 again? Or is it tier 8? It's tier 8. And it is a very dangerous map. There's a Blue Roads portal in the south though. Which is nice. I want to go to the northeast no matter what. Question is, if I was going with PvE gear, would I want to kill all the mobs? I probably would want to do so. Yeah, the thing is, I would only want to go for the PvE style if I don't want to stop gathering big stacks. To have like a very high survival rate basically. And just take all the insanely valuable resources that I find on my way. Like 7.1, 6.2. And nothing else. Any resources left for me? I have to look at the big stack. Situations and see how often I die and how often I survive gathering them. And if there's a significant difference between tier 7 and tier 8, probably mainly depends on the maps, I would think. But the tier of the big stacks also depends on the maps, so No need to differentiate there. Tier 7 fiber. Tier 7 fiber. 6.1 hide. It feels like today I would have found quite a lot of tier 7 and tier 6 resources and would have been pretty full pretty quickly. But the Spectre Diabor has its problems against really big groups. Because it's slower and it can't forcefully go through exits when there are people in front of that. That's a gatherer, it's your 6 gatherer. I mean, I can also try to go for some low tier gathering again and see how well that goes. Close to town. Probably not. Doesn't make sense around Martlock. Because the only thing that's worth anything is the ore. Everything else is garbage. So the options would be Port Sterling, Bridgewatch. Limworth is always so insanely empty and ganked so heavily. Bedford, I don't know. Fiber is kind of okay. Will I find resources in here? This map is really good for gankers. It's really hard to survive here, but I have a gallant horse. So I'll go through this map anyhow. Any tier 7 hide, any tier 8 fiber, or hide. There's a person, an extremely weak person. Also, I don't know what he can do with his gear in this map. There are so little normal mobs here. And doing normal mobs is the only thing he can do with this gear. I'm going to take a random look at the edge here. Nothing. Let's forget about the edge, I guess. Good old edge theory, even though nowadays just everything is completely empty all the time. Most likely because all the gankers can also gather nowadays. Is my guess. Doesn't have to be the case, but that's what I would guess. I'm finding quite a bit of tier 7 fiber. Quite a bit. Oh, I could have taken that way. Whoops. That would have been advantageous. Emptiness. Emptiness. When it's not dangerous, it's empty. There's a circle. I want to go to the northeast. It's even a tier 8 map that's coming, and then I want to go to the northwest. How much does teleporting cost? 130k. Not getting any money. Not finding anything. But that just fits to my experiences from the not so long ago past. Tier 8 map. River cops found. Really good for fishing. But really bad to get to. Northwest. Somebody was behind me. And turned around. Does it cost less now? Yeah, 111k. This is probably the closest that I will get to Limhurst. So here, teleporting is the cheapest. There's dismounted player. Very much looks like a very weak person though. Tier 7, tier 8, tier 7. I'll look into these 3 maps and then I'm going to teleport home. Because I'm getting hungry. 3 roads of Avalon portals. That's crazy. That is crazy. Northeast was the tier 8 map. Really not benefiting much from my Skinner garb. Most of the stuff I found was stone. And I really did not find anything else. I really didn't find anything. I'm very picky, but still not finding anything. If I made this a PvE run, I would be doing a lot of PvE. Like, if I killed all the mobs. And the normal mobs are worth it, and this tier 8 wood is worth it as well. I do want that. Let's see if I'll die. It's a tier 8 map. No, it's a pretty safe one here. Having 2 exits. Basalt again, 2 people. That's annoying. That's so annoying. No. No. Why are you gathering? Gathering is not healthy. Don't do that. I'll go through the tier 7 map into the other tier 7 map. But yeah, like all these PvP and PvE players are also able to gather. So being a solo gatherer is getting really rough. Really rough. Like these guys will only take the valuable stuff, for sure. But then you also have all these normal gatherers here. It's just a lot of emptiness. Yeah, stuff is getting more expensive here to teleport. I'll take a look into the other tier 7 map here in the northwest. Oh, it's a tier 8 map. Well, that does not hurt. And then I'm going to turn around to teleport back cheaply. I could also go to these tier 7 maps here and then teleport. Yeah, we'll do that. I will do that. I will go to Iceborne Cliffs and teleport there. Because I still have a lot of carry weight. Solo gathering. Ay. Doesn't feel like it's the way to go. I don't need that AoE. I will fight against multiple mobs. God. Okay, I'm going to pull them a little bit. Come on. Move. Move. Thank you. And there's somebody coming. Well, it's just a gatherer, but still. Not going to waste my time. Well, a big hide stack, a green road spotter next to it. I am not going to get anything off that hide. But hey, at least I saw a big tier 8 hide stack again. Has been a while, even though I saw one when I was fishing actually. I saw one there. The reason why I'm saying that I'm not getting anything of that is because some like solo or duo players were taking this road spotter either to escape or to have the free use, the free charge, so they can escape if they get ganked at the big stack. From here I want to go to the northeast because there's simply no other way. Teleporting here costs 20k more. But in the tier 7 map that I'm going into, it should be costing less again. All the good stuff is already taken in this map. A healer. A lot of people. A healer. Really weak. But there are people gathering already. Are these gatherers? Nope. They are so weak, oh god. Would they try to fight me? These guys really want to go into the roads, right? I should just not. Like, these guys all belong together, obviously. They all belong together. Just need to leave. If it was only this extremely weak gauntlet player and the gatherer, I would probably have tried to just gather next to them. But having the other weak people also there is dangerous. It's just too much. It's just too easy to stop me from mounting up. Well, it's not that easy. I would in most cases survive, but it's a risk. An unnecessary one. I don't even have 1 million loot yet. Ah! Rough run. Rough run. Plus, having died once. Where I probably had more than 1 million loot, actually. Had like half of the 8.1 stack, which is already 400k, 300k, round about. I had quite some other stuff from before as well. And I had some tier 8 stuff as well, which was worth 140k. I filled a book here and there. I most likely had over 1 million. Tier 7 map. Elder Sleep. Iceborne Cliffs, a tier 2 mob, it's an archer. But maybe there is nobody here. There's a second mob. Why is there a second mob? Why are you doing this to me? Oh god, I got hit by that. That's really bad. Need to reset. It's a strong mob, it deals tons of damage, which is annoying. I probably want to use my block. I mean, I could also play parry strike. Would be really annoying and I would need to play very well, which is really annoying when having an European ping. And boom. Ah! Now I dodged that. Oh, this. Oh, there's an enemy. No. There's 2 enemies. Come on. Go home. If you're trying to gank me, why don't you do it in a good way? Which would have basically given me enough time to finish them up and mount up. And I would still have the invincibility on my mount, but the problem would be when I mount up next to players, it seems like I have cooldown. I'm not 100% sure if it's the case, but it looks like it. It looks like I have cooldowns on my mount's ability when I mount up next to players, which is really annoying. It would make sense. If it's a case that that's how it works, then I like it. But it would be a problem if I want to be greedy and finish the mob. While these players are trying to gank me. Emptiness. I'm very close to Fort Sterling. Well, very close is an over-exaggeration, but... No money. No money. No resources. Emptiness. Tier 6 map. I probably should start gathering everything now. 6.1, 7.0. Because I'm going to teleport very soon. It is 91k now. Yeah, it's getting very cheap. And I'm going to start gathering everything now. There's a person. This guy... Is he in a group? He is in a group. And there's a Spectre Diabot player. Is this guy in a... Oh god. He has very low IP. Why does he have such low IP? This is really weird. And why is this guy using an undead cape, dude? Like, what? You have a 1540 healer. Why are you using an undead cape? What is fucking wrong with you? You don't like getting healed by your healer or what? Anyways, I want to go to the northeast. And I don't want to be seen by those people. $1,540 healer. This guy was using 8.3 gear and a 7.3 weapon and was having 120 levels on his items on most of them. Why did he have such low IP? It's really weird. Was he using like a tier 4? Was he using a very low cape or something? Most likely. Like this guy probably has an average IP of 1700 there. Very deceiving seeing him like with like only 1560 IP, which is really not realistic for his items. He definitely has way higher IP. But it's good to look that weak. Need to eat my pork pie. So I'm kind of clearing out the next map and then teleporting 91k. I'm really close to Fort Sterling now. Like, just look at the price of teleporting. That's a lot of basalt. That's good, it's tier 7. And it's even kind of safe. The one in the south is less safe. The one in the north is pretty okay. Pretty okay. Want to eat my pork pie. Oh, it's enchanted. Yes, yes, yes. 62% carry weight. If I get both of these stacks completely, I will probably also be somewhat full already. But yeah, the only thing I was getting this second part of the run seems to be basalt. So maybe I should use stone gathering gear. And now I actually don't have another journal with me. Now I'm wasting some precious journal fame. Sadness. No idea how active this map is. No idea. Maybe I will get ganked by invisibility gankers again. My escape options are basically northeast, west, and south. It's not the best position, but it's also not really terrible. There are quite a few options. I can also run back to the big stack with invisibility and mount up here. I'm going to leave one piece on this big stack because the other one is so close. And after finishing both big stacks, I'm going to teleport back right away. Or do I want to switch to Fort Sterling right now, right here? I'm really close to Fort Sterling. I could just go there. Then I would not need to use my binding thingy to change it. I can do that in another run as well. And the tier 7 map has... Oh, I wanted to leave one on it. Whoops. Was busy thinking. A lot of tier 7 stuff here. There's a guy. He's a gatherer. He has claws. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. Well, I mean, I know what it means, but that would be mean to say. He's tier 7, so I'm gathering quicker. That's good. Haven't seen that alliance for a while. Maybe an alliance running around at Fort Sterling. 80.3 83% carry weight. I got so much 7.1 basalt. But it's not that insanely valuable. It is valuable, but it's not completely insane. Got 600k only from that, plus the book, of course, which is another 90k. Basically, minus 15k also. And this guy is even using a backpack. Well. But he probably has his hideout right next to him. Yep. So he would probably survive. I mean, he can get one shot anyways. Okay, a little bit more basalt here and then time to teleport. Maybe I should switch to Fort Sterling now that I'm so close. I'm not that insanely close actually. I would need to travel quite a few maps. Quite a few. And I'm basically getting to... I'm also going to take the tier 6 ore there. And I'm basically getting to the same maps anyway. Anyways. Like I'm just running around the middle of the black zone. 74k silver. I'm just running around this place here. Doesn't really matter where I start, kinda. Doesn't really matter. Unless, like, one side is so much better than the other, but... I don't know about that yet, if that's the case. Very cheap teleporting cost, but also really not any loot. No loot. Sad. Oh god, so little loot.